Get ready for the heat. Get ready for the celebrate. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are on our way to work out.
It's necessary. You got to take care of yourself.
It is necessary.
Look at you, baby. You're beautiful.
Oh, honey, you're very handsome. You Fred fine. Fred fine.
Don't do it.
Good morning, Latia Thompson. How you doing? We've been praying. We're praying for Tamika Crank and her family. We want to say congratulations to DJ K and Amber.
Congratulations, DJ K.
The Hall, Katria Grant is on here. Gwen is on here. She said, good morning, Minister
Good morning.
Stefanetta. Good morning, Regina Sims. You guys are catching us early, and if you got your notifications set to my page or to Apostle Freddie Goodens, then you are doing a good thing because we're going to have a dialogue. There's my pillow princess, Janika. How you doing? God bless you. Glenda George, it's always good to see you. Lakika.
Lakika. That's nice.
Grand Rising. She says Grand Rising. Katria Grant says Grand Rising. Tracy Covington. Good to see ya. Yvette Simmons is good to see you. Melinda Anderson. I'm doing good without my glasses, right?
You're doing good, baby.
I think that I could see a little bit far. Stephanetta Campbell McAllister, or Stephanie McAllister, God bless you. Tamika Smallwood is on here. There's Karen the Run. I hope you are still celebrating your birthday. Everybody flood Karen's timeline. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Karen.
A custom Meg is on here. God bless you all. Georgina, Morning Avis, my gatekeepers, our gatekeepers. Happy Saturday. We are your pastors of Unity Church Charlotte, located at 2818 Queen City Drive, and this is
Pastor Fred Gooden, God's man on deck.
Y'all need to come on if y'all going to do this bus thing. Y'all need to come on because I will be there, Fred will be there, and we will be there. Nikia L. McRick is on here. I want you to click tag and share. McRick. Charlize or Charlie Carter is on here. To all of the graduations and all the graduates, congratulations to you. I think Charlize graduated as well. So we're going to address the famous topic that is going viral. Entanglement. Bad marriage for life. It's so much that we could say about this specific topic, and we all saw it. And even though, God bless you, Gigi, get the sewing. And even though we all have seen it and witnessed, it's amazing because people look at couples and they're like, oh, I want that. You want what you see.
Yeah.
But you have no idea what people are going through behind closed doors. I think that everyone has to go through something. But you don't have to have a bad marriage for life. I don't agree. You were pissed off.
Horribly pissed off.
We both.
I was appalled.
We was like, the devil. She said that she was in an entanglement. There was so many, and I'm not judging anyone.
No.
We're not. We're having an open dialogue about the entanglement and the bad marriage for life. Maybe.
Or saying that you should just hang out in the bad marriage for life. We ain't doing that.
No, but this dialogue can go on for a while.
Yeah.
I think is the entanglement, the circumstances, or the entanglement is the bad marriage for life. She said she was caught up in an entanglement, which simply means that she was in something she could not get out of. That's basically what she was saying. She said, I was caught up in something.
That's the wrong word, though, baby.
An entanglement? Anytime you're entangled, you don't know how to get out of something. So is she saying the affair, or is she saying the relationship with
No, she was saying the affair.
Okay. The entanglement is something, she said listen now this is what pissed you off. She said she was not happy.
That's what got me.
Whew. So she answered her own question. What she said was, she is in something she can't get out of because she is unhappy. And it is an entanglement, which is the bad marriage for life.
Yeah.
Does marriage have to be an entanglement? This ain't about August. Because we marry people. It says for better or for worse, sickness and in health.
Right.
Now, everybody always looks at that, but they forget the part that says forsaking all others. Forsaking all others, when you violate the constitution of marriage, you have a right to file for divorce. That's your right. It said forsaking all others, which simply means that if you allow someone into your constitution of oneness, you have already broke covenant, and it is up to you guys if you can willfully reconcile.
Yeah.
If you're in an entanglement, it means that you're not getting out because you don't know how, because of the children, because you're toying between two lovers, and or you're living a life that you're just existing.
And that's the part where...
And he ain't forgive her. He said, I'm going to get you back.
That's what he said.
And he wasn't joking around. He said, I'm going to get you back.
That's what he said.
And she says, no, I believe you've already got me back. Her entanglement could possibly being married.
Yeah. Well, the part that got me is when she said, I was unhappy.
Okay.
And I was unhappy. Oh, if you saw his face, I was unhappy a while.
For a while.
And when she said that, and then she brought in, well, we're not really trying to bring in the dude, but the circumstances, she was like, I was so unhappy, and I went to go find happiness somewhere else. And that just caught me, because if you are unhappy, that shows you that money does not answer all things in the context. You got to have the context of the Bible right when you're talking about money. They have it all. Mm-hmm. But still, that she was saying she wasn't happy. It shows us that happiness is something that comes from the inside, and it has. If you're in a marriage, this should connect with two people. They were saying some real crazy stuff. He also said that he is not responsible for his wife's happiness, and that she ain't responsible for his happiness. They have to have, and I agree that I must be happy within myself, about myself. But I am responsible for my wife's happiness. I'm responsible as a husband to make sure that I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. That is physically, spiritually, naturally, the whole nine, to make sure that she is comforted and happy in the marriage. But for you to say that, like y'all two single people running a race together, I can't get with that.
There's so many things that we can say, because I think that in a relationship period, you have to be happy, true. However, marriage and relationships are about the person you're with. It's very selfish to be in something and you see the person you're with unhappy and do nothing about it. If you see someone that you're in a relationship with unhappy, and you realize that you might be the cause of them being unhappy,
right,
and you overlook it, then you open the door for circumstances.
You stay busy.
Right.
You keep stuff going on. You don't try to address it. You just keep
That's
going.
selfish.
Yeah.
So it might have been where they both reached a level of selfishness because of the 25-year marriage. That's why I believe, listen to me, I finally got my eureka. I said it earlier. Real love is like a bone marrow. You have to keep trying until you find the perfect match. Hashtag CCM. Real love is like a bone marrow. You have to keep on trying until you find the perfect match. Just because you have the perfect match doesn't mean that you're not going to have problems, because anything, even marrow-wise, it's a process in letting it mesh.
That's right.
And so even though you have 25 years of marriage, there came a point in time where it wasn't all rosy. It wasn't all that. However, do you take that one situation that caused you both to be unhappy and say, we're going to separate? We're going to go our separate way. The most dangerous thing a person could do is say that you're going to be married, but you're going to separate. If you're going to separate, get ready for divorce, because you open the door, especially if you have not resolved the thing that got you unhappy. You open the door for something else or someone else to make you happy, and then you find yourself in an entanglement.
Yeah. Now that's that's the right word for that situation.
Right.
Because when you open the door, because if you looked at the interview, he was like, well, I thought we were separated. He looked like, I thought we were separating to get our heads right.
Right.
I ain't think we were separating to be with other people.
Right. And the way he was looking, you still could see the pain.
Yeah.
You could still, and now I'm going to go biblical for a minute. I want you to click tag and share, because we're going to go a little deeper. The Bible says love keeps no record of wrong. That's what it says. That means that you don't keep record of what someone did. It's not guile for guile. That means if you hurt me, I'm going to hurt you too.
Right.
And so it's clear publicly that she was like, no. And I'm like, it was like War of the Roses secretly.
Yeah.
I would have loved to be a fly on the wall after it was over, because it even looked like he was discovering things.
Yeah, he looked
During
like
the
easily he could
conversation.
have pulled the mic off and walked, slap out of wherever they was.
He just looked like he wanted to slap hell out of her. But understand, I get it. Everyone goes through something. We're not judging. We're saying it is not God's will for two people to be unhappy and say...
Yeah, go ahead, baby.
No, go ahead.
No, it's not God's will for two people to just say, I'm going to exist in a bad marriage for the sake of whatever they're doing it, whether it be children, whether it be business, whether it is, and all of these things are reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
Because now, and you know, they say, well, they say we just celebrating 25 years.
Right.
Longevity in years don't always mean you've been in something good.
Yes. Ooh. Ow, mic drop.
So years don't always say it, and we've seen too many people, and we have witnessed too many people that were with somebody a long time, but that person died a shell of themselves. I've witnessed people that have died shells of themselves because they settled with somebody but never became who they were supposed to be, because they found a situation that matched a couple, but the person that was the individuals were never fulfilled.
Right.
So always a match ain't always a match just because it fits. Everything that fits ain't something that you should hold on to, especially if you're not developing. I think it was you said, baby, that the things that you got. Yep, you said it yesterday. That what you have to go and look at is who you were when it started and how you look now.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. And it's true. If you go back to look at who you were when you first met, and then you get the years that go in, do you look better or do you look worse?
Yeah. Relationships
are supposed to add some sort of value or substance.
Right.
And believe it or not, you're supposed to be better.
And not weight rise. Now, we ain't talking about weight. We talking about aesthetics and what you got.
Right.
We're talking about spiritually.
Right.
Go ahead, babe.
And healthy too. Why would I want to be with somebody and know that I can add value and don't pay the price to getting them to that place?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I think that even though they have 25 years, sometimes people put a facade on because of where they are, because of public, but privately is where it matters. Now watch this.
Public failures, public successes, private failure.
Right. And so even though you have 25 years of marriage does not constitute oneness, love, because someone was dying and did not love enough to go save them. If this man, listen to me, God gave me the formula for a good marriage, but I did not have it until Fred, because I had to wait for God to show me things and give me the eureka. Once you find the eureka, you love it to a place that you always wanted to thrive. And when you love, don't tell me, is everybody cheating, babe? No, they're not. There's some people who have very good, healthy marriages. I have them around me. I was privileged to meet two individuals in my family, and their relationship was going south. And I quote, this is what one of my cousins said to her husband: I wouldn't spit on him if he was on fire. That was 30 years ago, and they have a thriving marriage because he realized that she was dying, and he was the cause of her death.
Right.
She realized that he was dying, and she was the cause of him dying, and they saved each other. It's easier to save each other
marriage.
when you're dealing with things and other parties are not involved. Once you bring someone else into your relationship, it makes it very difficult to save each other because of the monkey in the middle. What did she say? Ow. Then she called him a nickname. Nigga. Og. She said, and it's like she was throwing daggers.
I haven't seen
Og.
Yeah.
You mean, who? And she was even taunting him with a pet name. I haven't given all. No, you don't do that. If that happened years ago, why is the pain still there?
Let me say again, we are not judging
No.
Will and Jada.
No, we're not.
Nah, they
Far,
shouldn't
far
have
we're
put
not.
they should have put their business out there.
Right.
They probably should have kept that private.
Until they dealt with the
But
pain.
but
right?
we as leaders and as a married couple and as people that have been through broken situations,
Right.
we gotta defend marriage.
Yeah.
That is not what you settle for. Because it was almost telling some people when they looked at that, yeah, you go ahead on and settle for this dude doing this or this woman doing that, or you go ahead on and settle for going through that because that's what working through it. No, no, that's not what that is. You shouldn't be in a unhappy or unhealthy relationship just because you got tenure.
Yeah.
Everybody that got tenure on the job don't mean they like it.
Right.
You know,
They
some
just
people
doing
just
it because
wait.
it pays the bill.
That's right. They got 2 more years till they
Yeah.
can leave there and have some money coming from there and they gone. So tenure and time is not always a good thing. And the way it was like, you know, the way it was put, like we got 25 years, we got tenure. We just gonna go through this bad marriage for life. The devil is a lie.
One of the things that that I really don't I don't think that people should exist. Don't just exist in anything. The minute someone just exists in something, it is a recipe. 2,300 people for disaster.
Yeah, it's death.
Somebody gonna get hurt. Somebody gonna get hurt. Never stay in something because of the children, because you really you insult your children's intelligence by saying we're gonna put on this facade and this is what it's supposed to look like. But they see you crying.
Because they know that something is broken.
Yeah.
They know they're looking at something that's broken, but they don't necessarily know what they're looking at is broken because the two people don't know what they're looking at is broken. When two people start existing, at some point, somebody gonna go and somebody finna get hurt because one person is existing and just kind of living in this death phase until whatever happens.
Right.
But the other person is finna break it and it's gonna happen
But
after
I think
that.
one of the most dangerous things a person could do is live married and separated. Married and still looking. The worst thing that a person could do is live married but separated. Because what happens is someone's going to get hurt because they're not being true to their feelings.
Yeah.
Understand, I remember a woman that came to me in counseling and her husband had an affair. And she said, if you want this marriage, I got to do it back. Not only am I going to do it back, she said, I told him, you got to allow this man to come pick me up at our home. And he cried, and she was crying, and he was crying. I said, don't do this. He said, I'm wrong for this after being married for 21 years. I'm wrong, but I don't want to lose my wife. These couples sat on the bed, sat on the couch, and she said, he coming to pick me up. I said, don't do this. They did it. He said, I will take this price because I caused my wife pain. I'm on the phone and he is howling after they left my office. This man watched another man pick his wife up. She got her baddest freakum dress. She got in the car and drove off and turned around and said, you gave me permission. When you live in a household and two people are married but they live a separate lives, you open and give the permission and you say, open says me.
That's what you do.
And the disasters open up. And there is where God says to forsake all others. Most people don't understand just because you're married and you're separated and you have an affair, everybody's not going to recover the same way. Somebody going to get hurt. I said, Lord, he going to kill you. He gonna kill you. He gonna kill. I was getting ready to say his name. He gonna kill you, and he had to deal with it. Now for them, they're still married. They relocated. They moved to another state, and they made it. And that was his lesson. There's some people that can recover, but both individuals have to want it. And if that's the bad.
Say it, baby.
Fred, I kill you. I kill you dead. I kill you dead. I kill you dead. I kill you dead. I think that people have to have an understanding in relationships and marriage, and they got to say, listen, what happens if we're ever in this situation?
Well, this is the thing. If you ever had it happen to you,
right?
If you ever had it truly happen to you, you won't do it to another person. Because if you ever had it truly happen to you, you're talking about, I don't care how big you is, I don't care what you got, it strips you, it takes, it makes you question the person who you are.
Right.
If you're a man or woman of God, it makes you question the call. It makes you question everything. It makes you question your existence.
Right.
If that ever happened to you, that's why you ain't got to worry about that.
I got you, but babe,
because
some
hold
people...
on, baby, because this is the thing. When you're talking about cheating and bringing somebody else in, and I know that what we saw was almost a pass.
Right.
It's like, cause some people was like, yeah, he did it to me, and I'm finna do what Will said.
Right.
I'm finna go do it to them.
Right.
You know, don't do something to somebody else, especially when you really felt the impact that you don't want to happen to you.
But there's some people who do it. I call them habitual cheaters. It's some people. I told you about my cousin.
Yeah, now they crazy.
She sent me pictures, and she said, "This is my bed." This woman laid in my bed and took pictures of my house and mailed it to me. They still together. That's an entanglement. Yeah. Jada gave us a new word for being in something where you just existing, whether it was August or Will. She's in an entanglement, which means she's got to get help. She's got to get help so she can work through her selfishness, God, because it's a level of sick selfishness to be entangled in something and you don't know what you want to love, who you want to love, and even the tenure of why you're in something. The new word Jada gave us is entanglement.
But I just don't know if every person can make it out of that. Like people, you know, I couldn't make it out of that.
Well, it's clear Will couldn't either. Did you see his face? And it's clear Jada didn't either because she did the act.
Yeah.
She did it. We're not in their personal business, but the glimpse that we saw lets us understand that it's not what you think for a lot of people. I always say this. If you want to know what type of person you're in, look at the spouse.
Yeah.
The spouse tells the story without opening their mouth. The 2,600 people click, tag, and share. The spouse tells the story without opening their mouth. All you got to do is watch the spouse. Watch them. Because publicly, this is what she said. Oh, gosh. I can go deeper with this. He was a family friend. And he was not in a good place mentally.
Watch who you let in your home.
Child, I'm telling you, you can't come.
Man or woman.
You better not let nobody come in your house. Hey. You can't even come to my house to use the bathroom if my husband is home. You go around the corner to the Exxon, they're going to give you a key, wash your hands, and then call me and tell me you out. And it's not about Fred. It's not about Jameliah. It's about people.
It's about people and wisdom.
Yeah, it's the principal thing.
Wisdom.
There are people who are motive driven. So you had this man in your house. Now, wait a minute.
But he didn't come for the wrong reason. They were helping him.
They were helping him. So, okay, so listen. Who violated?
Both of them.
Who violated, Fred?
Well, she did.
She did.
She did because he thought they were.
No, nigga, no.
That still was wrong, nigga.
She took the oath.
That still was wrong.
No, they both was wrong, but she took the oath.
But you don't go sleep with even if your partner divorce, you don't go sleep with somebody and that's wrong.
She took the oath. They both were wrong. It's some nasty women out here.
Nasty niggas out here too, baby.
No. We always knocking the man's back in, but there's some women out here that's very trifling, and you know this to be true. Stop playing, Fred. Stop playing, Fred.
That's right.
If you took an oath, it's up to you to shut the door of opportunity, because people will enter in if you give them a key. It's the small foxes that spoil the vine.
And rats ain't got no backbone, so they can get in anything.
Rats ain't got backbone?
No, they ain't got no backbone. They squeeze through anything.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So them spineless rats.
Yeah, spineless.
So them spineless rats, if you let someone in your marriage, you should be ashamed of yourself because you let them in. It was her job to shut the door. And if he said, Jada, let me feel your booty, she was supposed to run the wheel and say, he violated me or he made up. Listen, she opened the advance because she wasn't happy. But her oath should have allowed her to go to will and say, I am not comfortable.
Right.
And vice versa. If he violated in any way, now it was years that said they had this funny marriage. I don't know. I can't make assumptions to that, and I'm not going to judge. However, she said, "Oh no, oh no, I remember." So both of them allowed doors to open that they should have shut because they made an oath.
Yeah. Somebody put on the timeline, August said he got permission. I don't know what kind of freaky deaky nonsense they had going on. What we saying is,
Who
what
gave
you
him
saw.
permission, babe?
Who?
Jada?
I don't know. He said he got permission. What we saying is, that is not what you want to base your marriage off of. And if you've had problems, we suggest counseling. We suggest that you do what's right to try to fix it. But if you go out and you allow somebody else in your bedroom.
See, okay, but the lady just went up the timeline and she said, but they were separated. If you are going to separate, get ready for divorce. Are you separating to divorce or are you separating to reconcile? There's some people that separate to divorce because somebody is already in the midst.
Yes, sir.
There's some people to separate, but they want to reconcile, but you don't understand. How do you separate? How do you separate in a marriage?
No, you either,
if you go do it. I don't believe that you should.
Now they do have legal separation. They do have that. But in a real marriage, when we separate, now for me, I'm just not talking about how the United States defines their paperwork. But for me, when you separate, you separate
to divorce. Yes.
You separate, because if you come in contact with somebody else, they say, well, hey, how you doing? You looking good, da, 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 da. They say, well, where your wife or where your husband? You say, we separated.
Right. The man just went up the timeline and said, you separate to reconcile. Understand this, because people always try to use the Bible and they don't have the full knowledge. So let me help you with that. Under the Mosaic law, because there is a Mosaic law, he gave the bill of divorce because of infidelity, simple man. And so if you separate to reconcile, you have to have the understanding of the Mosaic law to make a statement like that, because it said to forsake all others. So if you go against the covenant of marriage under the Mosaic law, it's done.
If you sleep with somebody while you separated,
right,
under the Mosaic law,
right,
it's done. We ain't talking about paper.
Right. And so what I'm saying to you, that just when I said that, do you stay with somebody that's a habitual cheater because to reconcile? Reconcile what? With all thy getting understanding. Now back to what I was saying about Jada before that ignorance went up the timeline. I want you to understand that Jada said that, we were separated. How? Separated for what? Separated because of other people. So you mean to tell me you're going to have a free-for-all? You can sleep with whoever you want to. I can sleep with whoever, and then we're going to get back together? That's demonic. That's demonic. Somebody going to get killed. That is demonic. You cannot play with people because of a ring.
Yeah.
It's to be taken serious. I want to fight about finances. I want to fight. No, not even fight. I want to disagree about finances. I want to disagree about this dog running around here. I want to disagree about the children. I want to disagree about if I'm going to eat McDonald's today or we going to work out. Right. I want to disagree about things that matters that can benefit our life.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to fight about a covenant that God says you're not supposed to violate by having other people in it. Now, if you choose to reconcile, can you? Because Will and Jada separate to reconcile, and it don't look like it's working well for him or her. But the thing that pissed me off, and we're going to get out of here because we got to get on this trail, it's the way she looked.
Yeah, she looked
She looked condescendingly like.
Yeah.
He was looking through her. He was like.
Yeah. He looked like a man ready to pop.
Wait, look, Fred. And Will is very talkative. He ain't have much to say. That wasn't a lad in Will.
That wasn't the Will we see.
No, that was the I Am Legend Will. Like, no, 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 no. What are you doing here? You are not supposed to be here. That's the Will we saw. We didn't see Aladdin Will.
Yeah, we didn't see Aladdin Will.
She was like, and
nonchalant.
she was very nonchalant.
Nonchalant.
Like, eat this, nigga.
Yeah.
Okay, and she looked revengeful.
Yeah, or like she had gotten it.
Right. Yep. And it looked like to reconcile. That wasn't reconciliation. That wasn't reconciliation. And I pray for them, and I pray for couples all over the world, and I pray for people who are even in this situation, because most people don't understand it's dangerous.
Yeah.
It's dangerous to bring other people into your marriage. 2,700 people under the sound of our voice. It's very dangerous to invite other people and other parties in. There is something now called throupling. We talked about that one coupling. Throupling is this new type of dating in marriage. It's, back in the day, they called it swinging. But throupling is when you have 3 people in a marriage and everybody's okay with it. Somebody's going to get hurt. Even polygamists. Things happen where you're going to get hurt because you realize you're wasting your time with someone that's not going to love you wholeheartedly.
Right.
And someone's got to pay that because someone is getting more attention, time, and investment. And that's why the marriage is depleted and you are entangled in something called bad marriage for life.
Bad marriage.
We praying. All right, we got to go. Fred, he was hot. He was like, this bad marriage for life. This is crazy.
When you'd have been through some foolishness.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to be in a bad marriage for life.
I can't agree with that.
Yeah. You don't want to be in a bad marriage for life. It's not supposed to be. You both are supposed to save each other. And before you bring someone in, get help and find out what has got you so unhappy so that we won't have a bad marriage for life.
Please stay close to the Bible when it comes to marriage.
Yeah.
That's the one subject that's all the way through the Bible, Old Testament and New Testament. Please stay close to the Bible. Don't let the world begin to define what marriage is. And even if you've been through something broken, you should agree with me even more. Stay close to the Word of God.
Yeah.
Word of God will lead and guide us in all understanding and all wisdoms.
Right.
So that we don't go, because see, somebody, and that's what made me angry. Somebody, after they looked at that, they got themselves a license and a pass to go be even, going to even more debaucherous relationships than they are, and do it just because it's been, and still call it marriage.
And she said that she was unhappy and broken.
Yeah.
It's never going to change that broke people will break people.
Yeah.
Or you could say broke people break people. That's how they say. And so her brokenness broke Will. And maybe his brokenness broke Jada.
Yeah.
And so 2 broke people just shattered something that could be good if they just would have sat down, prioritized, and got help for the area of brokenness. And maybe we wouldn't be here having this talk, right?
What the more that we get from this is you got to work.
Yeah.
I don't care what you guys see. Yeah. And yes, me and my wife we have an amazing testimony that we're going to share one day.
We're going to share it with the world.
But we are not deceived that we don't know we got to work.
Yeah.
Happiness takes work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Takes work. A good marriage takes work. It takes work. You have to know, I got to know how to dwell with her. One of the first things she said. One of the first things she said, you got to learn how to dwell with me according to knowledge, because I had not been in her world and she hadn't been in my world.
Right.
So, but a good marriage takes work. But what cannot happen is adultery.
Amen. I agree.
All right.
I agree. It cannot happen. Publicly, we say we're not doing that. It's not going to happen.
I hate hoes.
And hoes hate me.
All right, bye, y'all.
It's tight, but it's right. Tight, but right.